Hi, this is Taranpreet Singh, and I'm today live with Mrs. Geetanjali Kumar,
Hi.
and ma'am is as a counselor and psychologist with 18 years of experience, and we'll be talking about the importance of career planning, and so we'll be waiting for a couple of seconds so that the audience may join, and yes, so ma'am, it's a small introduction. Uh, could you give a small introduction about yourself? What have you been doing in career resources and career planning?
Thank you so much, Taran, for making me join in this live interaction. Brief about me. I'm basically a passionate person, a psychologist, with a specialization in career counseling as well, along with family therapy. Regarding career counseling, I do feel the importance of people, especially school children, parents, and even youth, as well as adults, realizing how do they look at themselves, what are their dreams, what are their likes and interests, and how do they create a roadmap for themselves, which helps them lead a very meaningful and purposeful and productive life.
So yes, so let's begin with the questions, ma'am. So, ma'am, can you explain what is career planning and why is it important in our lives? So, we've been like, I'm still a student, and we've been, many people have talked about the importance of career planning, but what exactly it is and how useful it is for us?
Um, as the word planning goes, well, career planning is planning for one's professional accomplishments, professional goals. Career planning is may sound very cumbersome, but it is just a mapping of one's own interests, one's likes, one's dislikes, one's passion. It's determining, exploring one's aptitude, and then trying to make a choice between what you would like to do for yourself, how would you like to do that for yourself, what would be the educational requisites for that, what would be some more essential, desirable skills required for that, how do you get them, where do you get them. In a nutshell, career planning is planning for your careers that lie ahead in life.
So, ma'am, the first time I heard about career planning was when I was in ninth standard, and so I had to choose my stream, the science. I was confused about what to choose: the science stream, the commerce stream, or the medical stream. So, usually nowadays, and maybe from last couple of decades, we are not that mature to make that decision of which stream to go, and our parents make that decision. So, first time I heard about career planning at that time, and my parents made that decision. So how to take that decision? Maybe for this question would be very helpful for the parents who are like listening to us.
Definitely, Tarun, that's a very important question. That how do we make that decision? It can be a joint decision between a student, between a child and a parent, where the child can explore and identify what does he like to do, what makes him feel happy, what are the areas where he would like to be learning more about, what are his interest areas, because career planning needs are very different in different age groups. When we look at children in class 9th and 10th, they are studying basically those 5 subjects, and they have to make a choice in class 11 as to what 3 subjects they would like to study. Now, this is a very pertinent question which they are bombarded upon from people everywhere, and that frightens them, and that creates a pressure among the parents too. So, parents and children just need to be peacefully sitting and discussing, talking, a dialogue which helps the child understand himself a better, and this understanding can only come through self-exploration and exploring self on what? Themes. That is more important. Themes like my interest. Again, I'm reiterating on the fact my likes, my dislikes. What are my hardcore areas where I'm good at? What do I enjoy doing? What I would love to do more? And what I would love to do more, I would like to know more about it. And if I want to know more about it, then what are the subjects that will help me know about it? Perhaps that will help us choose the subjects which I would like to study in class 11th and 12th.
When we talk about self-exploration, and it's a very term which is like told by many experts. But can you like give us some tips for self-exploration at that age, maybe for the parents as well as for the students to practice? And how can, for example, the counseling can help in self-exploration? Because that's related to self-exploration, right?
There are many ways to go about the self-exploration journey. One could be the various activities which the school showcases for you, which the school asks you to participate in terms of a debate, in terms of a PowerPoint representation competition, in terms of a collage making competition, in terms of an event that is a road march. So when children are exposed to these opportunities, children are involved in these opportunities, children are utilizing certain skills, children are learning new skills, children are honing their skills, and that helps them to explore their interests. One, two, what are their hobbies? What do they like to do in their pastime? Do they read books? Do they surf on the net on topics like mobiles if they're interested in that? Somebody says, I'm very passionate about cooking, so I keep surfing the YouTube channels. I try and look for recipes I try. So what are their pastime activities? What do they do that makes them happy? So these are the various ways they can do it. Secondly, there are experts who provide you with certain activities like tests, certain string of questions, a questionnaire, an assessment tool that helps you to identify your aptitudes and interests, and that would be a journey inwards in helping self-exploration.
That's really great. And so, so the next time I heard about the career planning, and I was like really tensed about what to do when I passed the high school. So I had many options, even out of passing out of the science stream. I had many options, either go to STEM program where go into physics or go into engineering, and how to take that decision. Not only for the science students, but there are many opportunities and many career opportunities for the commerce as well as the medical students as well. I do not know what would be there in the engineering. So how to take the decision?
Undoubtedly, a lot of students do not know what lies ahead even after class 12. Despite the 2 years they study the subjects of their choice. There's one thing which I feel the children and parents need to take care of, that my decisions are my own decisions. They're very informed decisions. I'm not affected by my friends, by my neighbors, by my relatives. That makes me choose a particular field. And children, when they think of certain set of subjects and they look at one profession which they would like to take up as their career, let them be planned with plan B and plan C in life. For example, I take up commerce subjects and I think I am cut made for a CA course. I would like to go into chartered accountancy. Fine. The chartered accountancy calls for good amount of hard work for another 3 to 4 years. The child has that as a plan A. Could there be something as a plan B? What if I do not get into chartered accountancy? What if while pursuing the training program, I realize that I don't like it, I'm not enjoying it? Because I need to like what I'm doing, I need to enjoy what I'm doing, I need to get that happiness kick in what I'm doing. So children need to have plan Bs and plan Cs, which would come when they have some very serious discussions with experts who are able to give them knowledge and information about the world of work. So the second component in career planning is that after you know yourself, after you've had that inward journey, then you got to take a look outside. What are the various career options lying outside? What are the jobs offers which are going to be there when you are ready to join the task force?
Okay, that's really great, ma'am. But one thing, for example, parents are very much concerned about which college his son must go into or his daughter must go into. So, like we've seen that 14 lakh students prepare for IITs, and there are just a handful of seats in IITs. So, for the rest 13 lakh students or 13 lakh and 50,000 students, they do not find that tier 1 colleges. So any suggestions for them? For example, what we believe, what we have explored in our lives is like we are blessed with unique talents. So I believe that 13 lakh and 50,000 students must also have been blessed with the unique talents.
Definitely, each one of us is a unique individual with different set of potentials. We all have the right to be exposed to opportunities which help us showcase our potentials and we grow and nurture them. Definitely, there's a brand value of certain colleges, with due respect to that, but everybody cannot get into that particular college. And if I compare a college and a course, so college is like the color of the balloon, perhaps that attracts you to buy the balloon. But how much the balloon is going to rise will be determined by the fact the amount of air in the balloon. And the air in the balloon is the course which you study, which will help you sustain a good job, take a good job, sustain that good job. So whenever you study will make a difference, but not to the extent that what you are studying. And what you are studying is, if what you wanted to study, you happily study it. It is not only studying for marks. You study the course, learn the subjects, you are able to relate to those subjects and apply that knowledge in the world of work. And those are the set of core skills, maybe the technical skills, maybe the essential skills. Along with this, you need certain desirable skills. Those are the soft skills. Those are the life skills. And each child to be, if any child wishes to be successful, will need to have a set of technical skills as well as the set of soft skills like interpersonal skills, communication skills, conflict resolution, negotiation skills, team building skills. That will help them make their careers very successful.
So that's really something to the point now has reflected is, like, apart from formally planning things, apart from getting a formal education, we need to have many other skills as well, which are not taught in colleges, such as the negotiation skills, such as analytical skills. That's like developed by the experiences, just like by talking and networking with people and many other things. So I believe that if you don't get into a good college, that's not a failure at
That's
all.
not a failure. Definitely not a failure.
We've
The
seen
course is going to matter.
we've seen students like getting into suicides and extreme pressure and stress. So anything.
So another set of skill which the children would require, rather adults, everybody would require is stress management skill. How do you handle stress in life? Because what you get and what you wanted to get, there will be a difference always. Always we'll come across certain moments in life when we would be getting something less than what we wanted, what we think we deserve, what we desired, what we worked for. But life is never a still moment. Life is a constant motion. You can rise up again. You can bounce back and rise and shine again.
Ma'am, we have seen the role of parents. I mean, many students are going to quota and many other institutes. Parents force their students to like study and not even which interests their students. So, so what are your like tips and any suggestions for the parents over there? Like the parents are also right at their own place. They want their sons or daughters to succeed. So, what do you? Anything you have to say?
That's an eternal dilemma. That what parents want for their children is very different from what children want for themselves. In very many cases, ultimately at the end of the day, each parent would want the child to be happily growing and be successful in terms of earning money or status. But as parents, we need to realize that children are not like crystals which we buy and showcase to the guests outside. Children are our children. They are through us, not for us. Khalil did not mention that. I think that is a very important piece of advice for each one of us as a parent, that children will dream on their own, and what we dreamt of for them may not be common to what their dreams are. But as parents, let's give them the roots in terms of the knowledge, and let's nurture their wings so that they can rise and soar to lofty heights to achieve their dreams, which are very different dreams. Parents need to be confident about the child's inclination and desire. Parents can motivate the child to work hard. And I think that would be the untiring support, the unconditional acceptance of the parent towards the child, that will give the child the courage which the child needs to work hard and rise and shine.
So the last part of the discussion. So, ma'am, the next thing I mean a student faces in his life is after the college or after the university. So he thinks he's really tense about again tense about the career and does not know where to go. Does he go? Does he want to do a job or go for higher education? And does he prepare for the government service jobs and maybe IAS or anything? So How do we take these decisions, ma'am?
Again, a student will have to be very honest with himself or herself. The student cannot let himself be influenced by what people think about him, want him to do for himself. A student will have to have a very honest assessment in terms of the capacity of hard work he can do, the number of years he has in terms of study. Is there a compulsion of getting financially independent? The course which he would like to take up would call for some more practical experience, or he's had enough knowledge and he wants to experiment in the job factor, the job arena as to what he has learned. He wants to apply that knowledge. So what the child desires, what the family wants, what is the societal trends, what are the job forecasting in the years ahead, everything will have to be encompassed while the student maps his career decisions.
Now the last question. So we have seen many people who succeed in spite of not having the formal education. We have seen many such people in our Indian ecosystem. We have seen people abroad as well. So what do you think is the one important thing that is responsible for their success?
One thing which I feel that there is no substitute to hard work. And if children are working hard, and if children know that the areas which they are working on are the areas that make them happy, then I think the quantum of hard work would definitely increase. So right decisions, which are honest decisions, which are made by an honest assessment about oneself. So one exploring, one discovering, one thinking, and one planning. And once you plan, it is the execution with hard work and honesty and resilience. And I'm sure each child would have his or her share.
So it is rightly said that if you need to live life like a king, you need to work like a slave. And so concluding remarks, ma'am, if you want to have summarize these things into just 3 points maybe, the whole career planning into 3 things, which could be used in day-to-day lives and used by all of these 3 categories.
Okay. Number 1, know yourself in totality. Number 2, try and know the world of work. When I'm talking about the world of work, the careers, the courses, the qualifications, and create a matchmaking for yourself. And while you create a matchmaking for yourself, talk to people, inquire, some amount of internships, some amount of job shadowing. Talking and interviewing people will help you understand and create a good choice for yourself. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. And you can leave the questions. You can PM me the questions or leave the questions in the comments, and ma'am will answer the questions after this session. So thank you so much. If you have, again I'm saying, if you have any questions, you can PM me the questions, and I'll connect you to ma'am, and let's catch up after with some other topic maybe in the next week. So bye bye, take care, and ma'am, really nice talking to you. Thank you so much.